matcha latte ends up being the most popular matcha-based drink in America and in your local coffee shop, I'm sure as well. Almost an absolute necessity now in coffee shops because of the demand. Luckily enough, I'm gonna be able to share my secrets and how to make the perfect matcha latte to where you can impress the biggest matcha fan and also somebody who thought they didn't like matcha. Everybody involved will love your matcha latte after this video, I promise. First step is to make your matcha base, which conveniently, I just made a video about on how to make the perfect matcha base in whichever style you want to make it in. Traditional, or with an electric whisk or a shaker bottle. Right now, I'm going to use the shaker bottle method. I personally love it. We want to do 2 ounces of water. So that was ½ an ounce, and we got another, boom. It's 2 ounces. We want our matcha. For the matcha here, we're actually using our Johnny Matcha. It's our select grade, which is 70% Yabukita cultivar and 30% Samadori. Okay. So you just wanna shake it for about a good 10 to 15 seconds so you get all the clumps out of there. Boom. Matcha base done. I've already had the ice in there, but for instance, if we're making a 16-ounce matcha beverage, divide that in 2. So 8 ounces ice and then another 8 ounces of liquid, okay? You don't wanna ever mix your matcha with your milk because then it ends up becoming clumpy and it doesn't actually mix well with dairy or non-dairy substitutes. Now you just wanna mix your milk. Okay. Boom. Leave about enough room for 2 ounces. Give another little shake. Look at that, come on. And that is a perfect unsweetened matcha latte. Now, if you do plan on adding a sweetener, I would actually adjust your liquid ratio and bring it down about an additional ounce. So it's 8 ounces ice, 7 ounces of actual beverage, 1 ounce of the whatever syrup or flavoring that you want to put in. So you can leave it like that. I actually really like to serve the customer while it is in its kind of separated state, right? It's just nice. That is how to make a perfect iced matcha latte. All right, so now on to making a hot matcha latte. This one's slightly different than making a cold matcha latte, but it's okay. We're gonna go through everything here. First, what you wanna do is make your matcha base. Now with hot matcha lattes, you do have the option to use a room temperature water. The only thing is just take off an ounce of water to your base. So essentially, instead of 2 ounces, use 1 ounce. And this ends up making it to where the drink beverage is still nice and hot when the customer gets it. If you use 2 ounces, I feel like it just cools off the beverage just slightly too much. Now to add your matcha, 1 level teaspoon for a 12-ounce matcha latte. Okay. All right, good. Same thing, 10 to 15 seconds and you'll be solid. Treat this as your espresso base, okay? I find that tends to help people kind of just understand it more. Anything that you can make with espresso, you can make with matcha. Just think of this as your espresso base. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour our matcha base into our cup. If you're adding sweetener, this is obviously the step that you'd add sweetener, but you guys already know that. So, okay. Pardon my poor latte art, but that is a 12-ounce hot matcha latte. Let me take a sip. Come on. That is freaking perfect. So, wrapping this all up with a 12-ounce hot matcha latte. If you want to use room temp water, you can use hot water. And in that case, use 2 ounces of hot water and mix that with your matcha base. But honestly, for workflow purposes, you can just use room temp water, 1 ounce, and then put that in as your base. So just steam your milk exactly how you normally would for any kind of latte, and you got yourself an amazing matcha latte.